Yes.
What was your most memorable moment when you were portraying Sailor Mars?
Well, we did record the show 20 years ago, so it's really hard to pinpoint one specific thing. But Sailor Mars was my very first voiceover series. And I had done some on-camera stuff. I'd done some commercials, the movies of the week, and I still do that sometimes, whatever. But as soon as Sailor Mars hit, it became crystal clear that this is what I was going to do for a living. And I've been kind of lucky. So my most memorable moment, the whole series to me, I was really excited to go to work. And there are shows that I do, and I'm not that excited, but, we do them because I don't know if you know Max and Ruby. If you have really small children, well, I was Ruby for season 1 before they got it. I know. So it was so annoying because Ruby, this bunny, is so annoying, and she's just, no, Max, yes, Max, no, Max. And everything's no and just annoying.
Yeah, Max is a jerk. I've seen it.
Really? Because I feel like Ruby's really a bully. I felt like a bully every time I would talk.
Have you seen the things that little boy was doing?
Yeah, he's busy. I got a 3-year-old, so, Wyatt's busy. He's a cowboy. It's true. That is true.
She was just trying to teach him right from wrong.
Look at it. I love it. You guys are totally supporting Ruby. This is crazy. I was just saying that I did the voice of Ruby for season 1. But I don't think I even answered your question. But basically, anytime I went to work for Sailor Mars and for Raye, thank you. It's the best con ever. Honestly. This is awesome. But anyway, yeah. So I was very excited to go to work, and then just to ramble even further, at the time when I was doing the show, I was really obsessed with Kung Fu, and I was training hardcore, yeah. And so I went to, I'm breaking things. I went downtown to get some Kung Fu stuff, and I went into Little China, and I went into the store, and I walked in just to get some, like a movie or whatever I was getting, and I looked around, and it was all Sailor Moon. And I totally freaked out, and I scooped up everything Sailor Mars, and then I ran up to the front, and I went, I'm Sailor Mars. I'm Sailor Mars. And the guy, he didn't speak English, and he looked at me, and he backed away. Backed away slowly. And anyway, so that's when I knew it was kind of a big deal, Sailor Moon. Any other?
Think it would get as big as it is now?
No, not even close. And then when the 20th anniversary hit 2 years ago, we were invited to Fan Expo in Toronto, and that'll be a good shot. And that'll be an even better one. Please tell me you have better ones. But yeah, so then we got invited, and actually, even before that, Linda, and if you go to her panel, she'll say this, but since I'm first, I'll say it first. Linda got invited to Anime North in Toronto. And so she called me up because Linda and I are really super good friends. So we're always, this is the best thing ever that we get to travel together. And she said, Katie, we have to do this. Do you want to come with me? I don't know if anybody will show up. And I went, yeah, all right. Really? For Sailor Moon? Really? Okay. And then I went and we were overwhelmed. And Sailor Moon fans are the best in the world, I have to say. You are. Rock, I'm so shocked that people are actually, because like I said, we do these panels together, and the fact that I have more than 2 people sitting for Mars, you guys are the best. Thank you. Sure,
You were born for a challenge. You made it
nice. Thanks. No, to answer your question, no, I had no idea Sailor Moon was going to be nearly as big as it has become. And also there's the resurgence because they're doing the new dub and finally. So yeah, any other questions? So I haven't actually, we were invited to Los Angeles when they were doing the big reveal, and it's a funny story, really. I'm sure the new dub is amazing. We were supposed to watch 15 minutes of it, and on my way, I was assigned a driver, Marvin, who was a lovely person, but probably shouldn't have been driving. Got me into a little car accident on the way to so I missed all it, so I haven't seen any of it. But I'm hopeful. I think it's probably really good. I'm sure that I haven't heard anything, so I'm sure that it's really good. And I'm hopeful for the fans that they're doing a good job and doing it justice. I'm told that the new Sailor Mars sounds like me, so that's good, I guess.
I mean, it's not you guys.
You know what? We would have done it. I think the bottom line is Initially we were like, well, I guess it's just because the original cast is from Canada. So I thought, oh, okay, well, Viz got it, and they're doing it out of LA. They're different unions. This is justification of an actor. That's what it has to be. It can't be but the truth is, for any kind of advertising, anything you see on TV, when an ad agency shifts gears and somebody else takes over, they want to make it their own baby. They want to do this on their own and change things up and make it, their own. So they got some big boots to fill. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm sure that they're awesome. I'm hopeful because the fans have waited 20 years for, and apparently they're sticking really close to the manga. So I hope that they're doing a good job for all the fans. Another Sailor Mars. What? You look awesome. Come on in. Look at this. That's the second Sailor Mars I've seen. It's pretty good. I can't believe, Moon and I, because Linda and I are really good friends, we always have a bet for who's going to buy whom a drink. And whoever, she kind of cheats a little because Serenity's around, whatever. So there's a bit, you have the variations. But she's a quality person, and she said, it's kind of not fair. So we won't count Serenity, even though we saw Serenity first. But then we saw Mars. And now I ramble. This is why I don't do panels by myself, because I'll just ramble. And I keep breaking the thing. I'm breaking stuff up here. I'll fix it. So yeah, any other questions? Yes?
Do you really look like Sailor Mars when you voiced her?
Years ago, and I'm sure that Susan maybe said this.
You had long black hair, just like.
I did. I kind of did, and even to further to that, we all kind of resemble our characters, which I'm sure Susan says. See, this is the thing. You do these separate panels, and you don't want to be the last one. So Toby, tomorrow, now we're going to tell you everything, and he's just going to sit here. But I'm trying to think of, look at all these crazy pictures. I know I'm making the silliest faces, and then I see a snap, and I'm making, anyway, which I'm really careful about if my family's taking pictures. I hate silly pictures, so every picture, oh, there we go. It's funny, it's like the paparazzi. But yeah, no, you know what? I kind of did look like Sailor Mars. I was really proud of it. And beyond that, I am Raye. So all our characteristics, I don't know how the director, the producer got it right, but we are very similar to our characters. And I was training Kung Fu at the time too, to boot. So I'm a little sillier than Raye is. Whenever Chad entered the picture, I was so excited. I loved Chad, and I just thought they really should be together, but Raye was all business all the time, and she wanted Darian and whatever. So, I guess once come on in, look at this. Jupiter's arrived. Yay, look at you, pretty girl. So I don't even know what I was saying because I got distracted by this beautiful girl. Chad. See, I'm really so I'm a bit more goofy in real life. So I would have liked the Chad thing to happen for Raye. It would have been, entertaining for her, but whatever. Darian. Stupid Darian. Yeah, that's right. Yes.
I asked this question to Susan, but how did you feel about not being able to dub over for Sailor Stars the last season of Sailor Moon? How did you feel personally?
Well, personally, when it was all happening, we had no idea what was happening. We didn't get the scripts ahead of time, which I don't know if Susan mentioned, but we basically just showed up, and it was like karaoke, and we would just step into the booth, not having the script, not having any context to what we were doing, just a lot of screaming and saving people and doing things and fighting with Serena. So I didn't know what was happening until after the fact when I would just watch it in my house after I'd done it. So we didn't know it was going to be the end. Nobody knew. We just sort of thought, oh yeah, Sailor Moon's going on forever. We're just going to just do this until just until forever. And then when we didn't, it kind of made sense because we also knew that there was a lot of censorship. And so, initially, I don't know if Susan mentioned this, when Sailor Moon came out in Japan, it was an adult show. So it was geared for adults at night. And then when it was brought to North America, it was for kids. So they had to do a whole lot of censorship. And I really think that's why the last season, that's my own opinion. I don't know 100% because it just sort of ended and that was the end of that. But we think that that's why we didn't do the last season because it was just really hard to piece together. But I don't know, that's just Katie Griffin just saying, that's what happened. Do I ever watch it?
Do you ever watch Sailor Stars at all?
I don't know if I did. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I saw bits and pieces of it. You're saying from the original?
Yeah, like the original Japanese.
I've seen very, very limited bits and pieces of it. When we would record, we'd see a tiny bit and we'd hear what was happening, but like I said, we didn't have a script. So I could hear her, I could see her, but I didn't know what was happening. So not really. Yes? Another Sailor Mars has arrived, as well as Mercury. What is happening? This is the best panel ever.
I was just wondering, you speak so fondly about recording this. Was this one of the few animes that that had like the entire cast of voicing the same time instead of each individual doing their bits in a different slot of time?
Well, we actually did record separately. We very, very rarely, every once in a while, actually. I think Susan and I did a few episodes together, but very rarely. We would just come in, do our own stuff, which is why it was really disjointed. We would go in, and I'm not going to do it justice. Susan would do a better impersonation of our producer, but she was French, and she was crazy. Like, she was just really high energy. Like, Kitty, you're here, what is it? And it was just all kinds of craziness. And I was 20, and I was terrified because it was my very first series. So they would bring us in, and I would be there for hours, and probably did 3 episodes. And I didn't even realize what was happening because they would jump from one scene to the screaming, and then we're back to Serena and Raye yelling at each other. And so I mean, my memory of Sailor Moon was fond because I was so giddy that I had my first series, and and plus I really love Raye because everything I read all the backstory, and everything about Raye is almost identical except she's an Aries, and her favorite food is some crazy fish. I don't know, like a blowfish or not a blowfish, not tilapia. I don't know, some sort of fish. I like pizza, whatever. This is silly, really, semantics.
Did you watch anime when you were a kid too?
I didn't, no. Because like I said, I think Sailor Moon, right before Sailor Moon was maybe Dragon Ball Z, was that in North America? Yeah, look at that. What? I know. There you go. But, that was my first, introduction to anime. And then I actually did some voiceover for Beyblade and Bakugan as well. So, although I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Yes?
Actually, before I read the program, I never knew you actually voiced Alex from Totally Spies, which was another...
Yay! Yes, I was Alex on Totally Spies. I miss her. I miss her so much. That was so fun, that show. My kid right now, he's 7. He watches Totally Spies in the morning. It's the only show I can get him to watch. Because he hated Julie, because I played Julie on Bakugan, and he liked Bakugan for a while, but he could not stand Julie. And he would say that. He'd say, really? I know. It's her voice. Whatever. It's okay. Stop! I could talk like her forever. No.
So what was it like portraying Alex on Totally Spies?
Alex was so fun. Alex was a sweetheart. I've done some bad girls, and bad girls are fun. Like years ago, I did a show called Brace Face. I don't know if you remember Brace Face. I was Nina Harper. What? No, not you, Katie. It wasn't you. Yes, it was, and it was so fun because it's fun to do bad guys. So then when Alex came along, they recorded the other 2 girls, Clover and Sam, are from Los Angeles, and then it was a co-pro with Canada, so they needed a Canadian actor to fill in for Alex. So Alex had done a series, and her name was Katie something. I remember Katie. I'm a horrible person. But the original Alex was from Los Angeles, so then when I stepped in, I didn't really sound like her, so I had to sort of make it my own, and then she became, because she's so sweet and nice, and then she's kind of, she's pretty tough too, so yeah, Alex was fun. And right now I'm doing the reboot of Inspector Gadget. What is happening? Yes. Yeah, they're all grown up. So yeah, so it's a little bit different, but it's going to be amazing, and I just booked another one called Atomic Puppets, which is going to be amazing as well. Look at me just being like, I never get, I'm just promoting. That's what I do. I feel like crazy. Any other questions? Yes?
Is this your first time in Miami?
No, my sister and I come to South Beach all the time. It's like we escape our families. I have 2 boys, she has 2 girls. We escape husbands and small kids and come to South Beach all the time. It's kind of, but we don't do that. You know, like we're kind of we're the nerdy South Beachers. You know, people come here to party and do all these things, but we don't. We just go because it's a nice beach. And we like the quiet because we're used to like crazy kids running around all the time. So yeah, we're the South Beachers that aren't running around crazy. Sometimes we'll buy stuff and eat a lot of nice food. Yes?
You probably answered it because I got here a little bit late, but how did you get the Sailor Mars role? Like, how did you even find out that this was happening?
Well, I was doing, like I did mention it, but I was doing a lot of on-camera stuff. So I was doing some movies of the week and TV series up in Canada. And I was 20. And actually, I was dating, he's still a really good friend of mine, the original Tuxedo Mask. So Reno Romano, what? So, but Reno Romano is now the voice of NBC, and he's the voice of pretty much everything. So if you Google him, look at, I'm promoting you, Reno. Nice. But he's a good friend of mine. So he came up to me and said, "You got to audition for this." And I had no idea about the voiceover industry. I knew he was doing radio spots and making a lot of money. But yeah, apparently a lot of actors in the city auditioned for it, and they all went in for Sailor Moon, and I didn't hear about it because I was doing other things. And I said, "Oh, I'm not a voice actor. I don't even know what to, yes, I want to do this. This is amazing." And then I didn't know what the show was about, and I saw all the characters, and I only went in for Raye. I went in for Sailor Mars. And I did kind of look like her. I did have your hair's nice and long and black. And yeah, that's like awesome hair. I had long hair once. There was a time when I had black. Anyway, but so that was it. And I went in there, and it was just a complete fluke, and I got really super lucky because I didn't know what it was about, and I just went for it. And I'm glad. I'm really happy because it's kind of that started my whole career, and I've been doing stuff that does stuff. So it's been I've been lucky. I've been a voice actor, yeah, for at least 20 years.
No, but ever since, like, you don't go back to live action.
Oh, no, I do live action still, too. Before I came here, I auditioned for a Robert De Niro film where I would have played his daughter. And it was oh, God, what's the director's name? He's like a really famous, well-known director that does a lot of Sundance. It's going to come to me, but not right now. And he doesn't audition, so you're not allowed to audition, which kills me because I just don't like talking by myself. I like words. I'm much more interesting if you give me something to say than just me going in and being Katie Griffin who likes baseball and hockey and just silly things, you know. So I went in to interview, and then I found out that it shoots this week. And anyway, so I still auditioned for it. I would have had to cancel this. I wouldn't have been here. And then I don't even know if they even cast the part, but they canceled the movie. So can you imagine? I had my boys coming down here to Florida, tickets booked, everything done. Can you imagine? I would have canceled everything, and then they would have canceled the movie, and I would have cried. But they didn't, and I didn't get the part, so it's all fine. Thanks for having me. It's just been, honestly, and thank you, Liz, for looking after me. Liz right here has been looking after me. Little shout out to Liz. Yeah, so it's been amazing ever since I got here. I've been up since 4 a.m., so I'm a little punchy too, but, you know, it's all good. What? Yes?
Do you travel a lot to other conventions?
We do. We have. We just got back from Malta, where they shot Game of Thrones season 1. I was so giddy. Yeah, so. Yeah, so that's the first time I've been to Malta, which is just south of Sicily. That's where I would never have gone to Malta. Malta wouldn't have been on my radar for traveling, but it's a beautiful place. So if you can travel and you can do that, go to Malta. God, gorgeous. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of these all across the States and, you know, Canada and Malta. Yeah, that's sort of the furthest place we've gone, and that was last week. I haven't. No, we've been sort of talking about that because someone over in Japan said, we should have maybe the English cast. But the thing is, Maybe the new cast will go. I don't know. Like the new dub. I don't know how that would go. I'd like to go to Japan. That'd be pretty awesome. Yeah, we'll all go. Let's go. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, that's right.
You had mentioned before that you were taking Kung Fu while you were Sailor Mars. How far have you taken it?
So back then, I was obsessed. I was training for my black belt, and I was hardcore. I was training pretty much every day, and then I got into weapons, and the short staff, and then the problem is I'm a Capricorn, unlike Raye, who is an Aries. Capricorns, woohoo! You like that? You just throw that out there like it's a thing. Yeah, you see, this could be a thing now. Now the whole thing's going to become, yeah. But anyway, I started to question management of the place that I was at. I just thought, so when I was training for my black belt and I was doing weapons, what they would do is they had another place in Toronto where they would switch up their instructors. So I started to feel that even though I was training and you paid monthly, like for me, and I had a really good discount at the time because I'd been going for so long, I just thought, you're holding off. Like I'm ready. I'm ready for my black belt, and it sounds, I don't know, it sounds ridiculous for me to even hearing these words out of my mouth. I was ready and you were not, so I'm, like it was just ridiculous, but I did feel like maybe it's just conspiracy theory. A little bit. I just thought, nah, it's kind of shady. It bugged me. So then I wasn't loving going, and then they did it one more time. They did this switcheroo right when I was ready to get my black belt, and I just thought, no, I'm done, and that was it. And I tapped out. And I still love Kung Fu. Don't get me wrong. I've like I don't know if you know Golden Harvest Productions, like any from back in the 70s. I've got like 97 VHS movies of every Kung Fu movie that's ever been made. But so yeah, I'm a huge fan, but I stopped training. I play a lot of other sports as well. I play hockey and do stuff, so I still did that. But yeah, Kung Fu broke my heart.
Something similar like that happened to me, but I trained in Okinawa Missionary for 10 years, and then my teacher had to move, and the only teacher available, he had a stroke, and he couldn't teach me.
Oh, God.
So I had to quit.
That's terrible.
That's why I want to go back to Japan, because the original school is still there.
Oh, nice. Well, when I first started acting and I was doing movies, I don't know if you know Cynthia Rothrock. Do you remember from years and years ago? I don't even know what she's doing now. But she was hardcore and she was awesome. And I thought, I am going to Japan and I'm going to be the next Cynthia Rothrock. And my parents went, what? No, you're not. Yeah, right. I know. No. So that just didn't work out. But everything happens for a reason. Then I was Sailor Mars, for goodness sakes. Oh, thanks. Yeah, wicked. Awesome. Thank you. Yes?
Actually, Sailor Moon taught me English.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Where are you from?
From Ecuador.
Wow.
Basically, my parents only let us see half an hour of TV a day. So it was Sailor Moon Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Knights of the Zodiac Tuesday, Thursday. Then it was just the original series where it was the Scouts and everything, and then
Right.
they do the tree and they just repeat it like in loop. So I moved to the U.S. when I was 7, and I saw Sailor Moon in English.
That's-
in 2 weeks.
That's- That's crazy. I was in Knights of the Zodiac, too. That's funny. I don't know. Now that you've said that, I remember it. So I'm trying to remember that because that was at the same time. So, of course, look it up. Look, tell me what I did. But maybe I just did 1 or 2 episodes. That is a really good story, though. That's amazing. But that's the way you kind of learn different languages, too, right? You have to, that's incredible. Oh, nice. Well, it looks beautiful. You've got beautiful hair. Yes.
Did you ever realize that Sailor Moon, before it was aired on Cartoon Network, it was shown in early morning hours on local channels?
I didn't know when it was on. When I finally, people have been telling me that. People have told me they were up at the crack of dawn to watch Sailor Moon, which is crazy. But I know in Canada it was on at 3:30, which is sort of right when everyone got out of school. Everyone got out of school and raced home to watch it. So yeah, I didn't realize it was on super, super early. I'm trying to remember when I would watch super early when I was a kid. Way, way back. Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, no, I didn't know that. It's pretty cool.
What was the other cartoon?
Knights of the Zodiac. What did I do? I feel like maybe I was a bad guy. I don't know. I know I did it because I remember going in for Knights of the Zodiac, so it's embarrassing that I don't know. If you IMDb it, it might not be on there.
You're right.
I know. Well, there's a bunch of things that are not. I don't update the IMDb, and then people will come up, and there'll be other things that are on there that I didn't do, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, you were so good on that." It wasn't me. It wasn't. Thank you. Yes.
Did you become interested in Japanese culture after recording for Sellon?
That's a good question. I like Japanese food. I don't know. Like, to be honest with you, like I said, years ago, I wanted to move to Shanghai, which is China. So I actually, because I liked Kung Fu, and that was, I guess at the time I was more into, maybe, I don't know. To be honest with you, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think the Japanese culture is beautiful and amazing, but because of Sailor Moon, no. Yeah, I don't think, I know. You look really sad and disappointed. I've shattered everything. Yeah, I know. You're right. I mean, she was into martial arts, and she was spiritual, and so was I. So I think that there's something to be said for that. Maybe. Thanks. Thank you. I'm getting the heart sign. What are we at now? Oh! It's almost, oh no, it hasn't. It's only been half an hour. I'm like, oh my God, I've been talking for an hour. No, I haven't. Any other questions? Yes. There she is. Come on in. Sailor Moon. I said, come early. Come early, Sailor Moon. I'm so excited that you're here.
Yeah, you are. I am not staying for very long.
What are you talking about? You're staying now. This is your panel now. This is what I do. I did tell her to come early. Look
Okay,
at this little
this is the thing.
impromptu.
Here's what you don't know about Katie Griffin. Yeah, this is a tell-all about Katie Griffin right here and now.
Look at my panel. Look how many people I have.
know, very
Just-
impressive.
Thank you.
There's a Sailor Moon out there too.
What?
It's very impressive.
What?
Actually.
You're totally, that's crazy. I've got 2 Sailor Mars here.
What you
Meatball
don't
head.
know, I've got that shirt. What you don't know about Katie Griffin is she is actually kind of shy, believe it or not. So she's going, I've got to do a panel by myself.
I did.
What am I going to do? I've got to talk about myself. And I'm like, well, if it was me, I
did.
could talk forever.
Yeah.
I've got a lot to say. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, you have to come up. You have to come up. Please
I did.
come up.
I did. I said it just like that.
And
I
who
think
showed
I even
up?
told you it.
Who showed up?
You showed up.
Yeah, I did.
She's got my back. I love that you're here. We're kind of matching too. Yeah, she does. She has my back.
And there's 2 Marses
I know.
here.
I feel very
2 Mars
special.
bars.
And it's been really easy. People have asked questions.
Oh.
We were in Malta. I was saying this, so they know my whole history now. We were in Malta, and 7 people showed up to our whole panel. And it was this beautiful venue, like from the 1500s. It was insane. And it was this huge hall, or what are they, I don't know, whatever, concert hall. Beautiful. And so I nobody was asking questions, and Toby said, "You've got to sing." And then I got up and I sang. It's like,
Wouldn't it be great to hear her sing right now?
no. Wow, I really did that to myself.
Yes, you
I totally
did.
just snookered myself. No, I'm not. No.
Yes, she will.
Wow, I really did that, didn't I?
No. You don't want to hear me
No,
sing. You
no.
want to hear her sing. She's a singer. She is very
No, I'm
good.
not. I can't believe I just did that. I just snookered myself. I'll just do a little bit, because then now I've done. Now I'm that person. It's like I honestly said, "Oh, you don't want to hear me sing."
You don't want to see me naked.
That's not gonna happen.
I'll do it.
Although she did say she totally would. But also, she is also the same person that would say, "Let's break into a pool. Let's go into the pool tonight. What time does it close? Let's break in."
It's true, I would.
She's the troublemaker.
It's true, I will.
She's the troublemaker.
What's the song, Katie?
Okay. Do you have any reverb? No, I'm just kidding. What? Someday when I'm awfully low and the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
I like to think I inspired you for that song.
You did. I can't believe I just sang again. That's going to be the last time that I do this
No,
when we
it's
go
not.
to these. Yes, it is. It totally is.
This is.
Karaoke.
I know.
Oh, is there a karaoke? We should go.
See? Suddenly she's not
So,
shy.
this is what I'll say, though. So back to the Malta thing, and then I'll stop. See, this is what I'm glad you're here. So I bounce things off. So I got forced into singing, so I sang a song. And then all of a sudden, I'm in my room, 6 floors below your room. But we were in the same kind of room area. And all of a sudden, I hear the song that I was singing earlier, which was Summertime from Porgy and Bess. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing it. I'm like, what is happening? And it was you. And you have a beautiful voice. Why don't you sing?
No, I'm not going to.
I think you should sing.
Not my panel.
Not my panel.
Not my panel. See? No.
She's
it's
really
not gonna
good,
happen.
though.
Oh, no, I'm not. And what you're not catching was, though, 6 floors below, she's hearing me.
In the shower singing.
Do you know how mortifying that is? When you're singing in the shower going, yeah, whatever.
But do you know,
I'm singing
she
along.
wasn't. She didn't sing like that.
Yeah,
she was
I'm
pitch
singing
perfect.
like this.
And then all of a sudden, you could have totally messed with me, though, because I came in and I went, Linda, oh my God, were you singing in the shower? And she went, oh my God.
And then I thought she was messing with me.
Yeah,
But she wasn't.
She was like,
really messed
what?
with me.
Were you in my room? Like, what? What's happening? But you could have messed with me saying no, and then I would have thought there was a ghost following me, because that's who I am.
All right.
I would have. Did you? What is happening?
It's summertime.
Summertime.
Oh my God.
And the living is easy.
Nice.
It's good.
I can't believe you got that really fast like that, though. That's what I sang. And do you like that? We didn't even recognize it.
Now I'm excited for tomorrow when I actually do my panel. I'm like, what sound effects will I
Yours is
need?
tomorrow?
Yeah.
I thought yours was today.
No, it's tomorrow.
And just so you know, karaoke is from 10 to 1, room 104, hosted by me.
Nice. 10 to
You're
1.
tomorrow too?
No, I'm not. This is it. This is
That
me.
Mine is tomorrow? You're saying that's the time mine is?
The karaoke,
Oh, the
10 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Tonight?
tonight, 104.
That's late.
That's late.
Will be. The pumpkin will have
I
already
was up at
happened.
4 a.m. Are there any other questions now that we have Moon here, too? Anyone?
No, you're only asking Katie ones. I'm just here as eye candy.
Yeah, you are.
Did you two ever record together?
Never. You know what? We didn't. We didn't record together because nobody recorded together. But now that you're here, I'll tell my sappy, soppy story. So I've known Linda for years. We used to audition for everything together, but we didn't really hang out. And then I remember you had just moved, and I've already told this story. And this is me like getting all sappy sentimental. But we were at a cartoon audition, and we were chatting in some crazy boardroom. Do you remember that? No, you don't.
Yes,
'cause
I do. At Nelvana.
you're saying this now because you know the story. But anyway, and her house had been broken into, and she was just moving, and this whole conversation happened. She's talking about her kids. And I looked at, and I remember saying to my husband, why am I not friends with her? Why do I not see Linda more? And now look at us.
We're not friends.
No, we totally are. Her daughter babysits my kids. They're going to marry Shay. I don't know which one, but one of them is going to marry Shay. Shay Bear Cocoa Butter, they call her.
Shay's my middle baby. She's my middle baby.
Yeah. And all her kids look like Sailor Moon.
Well, Jackie does.
Well, Madeline doesn't, but Jackie looks exactly like Sailor Moon. It's crazy.
Jackie's my baby. And
8
when I
feet
did
tall.
Sailor Moon, she was 1 year old. And I was constantly losing my voice then. So I'd always be walking around going, "Ugh, I can't talk," because I was screaming so much. So my way to see if I could do Sailor Moon was if I could go, "Ah," then I would know, okay, I'm good to go. So I'd walk around the house in the morning going, "Ah, ah," and my little 1 year old would toddle behind me going, "Ah, ah." And I'd say, "Are you making fun of me?" And she'd say,
Yeah.
And now she looks like Sailor Moon.
She does. She's 8 feet tall with long blonde hair and big blue eyes. And if she put her hair in
Seriously.
meatballs,
Her legs
she would
come up
look
to
like
here.
Sailor Moon.
All right, Miss Griffin, just want to know the piece of information you wanted is you play the character of Star.
There you go. And she's gone. She doesn't even care. She's out of here for Knights of the Zodiac. But I appreciate you telling me. That's hilarious, yeah. So anyway, yes.
Seeing as how you guys are best friends in real life, does it make it funnier to have your little arguments on the show?
Well, like I said, back then we didn't record together, but it is kind of funny now. We're kind of like, yeah, I feel like we're good together when we go out.
And
we're
Kate-
entertaining.
And when we did walk out, like we would see, we were like two ships that passed
high-five each
midnight.
other.
Yeah, basically. Like she would have already been in there and I would just be going in there, or vice versa. You know, one of us would look sweaty and haggard and the other would look fresh and I'm
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But we have this, like, we really do. We're lucky. We're lucky because, you know, we have been traveling a lot. And Susan and Toby are great. They really are. But there's a thing. We have a thing. And it's just you know, there's a look, there's a thing, and there'll be a situation, and the two of us will just do the passing.
Yeah.
And it's,
The
it's
eyes
a thing.
meet.
So we're lucky, you know, like this brought us together.
I know, Katie.
Linda.
Meatball head. I knew you'd say that.
Yes. There was no improvising. See, this is the difference between anime and original original animation. The difference is we didn't really have a whole lot of freedom because we had to watch their lip flaps, their mouths chatting, and everything that they would say. If they talked slower, we had to talk slower. Whereas, you know, for any other animation that we do, we get to create the character and then they draw it. So we could be ad-libbing. And and you know what? A lot of shows today do that, and that's when it's funny.
I swear that I think that's probably also how you and I probably get a lot of our parts too.
Yeah.
Is because whenever they give you a script, you don't just read the words that
No.
are on the script. If anybody here is becoming a voice actor or thinking of it, always write your own lines in there.
Not the whole thing, but
script,
yeah.
but you always have to have like one kicker, really great line that they go, oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
we use that line? If you hire me, you can.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it's true. And there's, of 25 people that will audition for the same part. If you don't make it your own and go in there and, you know, have little things, nuances or sayings or a few words here and there, you're not going to get it. Because we all kind of sound the same. You know, when we get into the booth, we all kind of sound the same.
Although we did Care Bears together, didn't we?
I
Care
did.
Bears
I did
movies?
the one movie. I was.
Yeah.
I was Laugh-A-Lot Bear.
So we were in the room for that.
I was laughing. What? As if you Laugh-A-Lot Bear. You know, I'll tell you a quick story about Laugh-A-Lot Bear. It's really. First of all, she was orange, and that wasn't my favorite color.
It's my favorite color.
Well, whatever. I thought it was great. I thought, I'm Laugh-A-Lot Bear. And then I went to, you guys have Dave & Buster's here, right? And so I went to a Dave & Buster's for some sort of party. And then you win your prizes, and then you go into a little prize store. And I was with my sister, and I went, oh my God, Becky, it's Laugh-A-Lot Bear. Look at me. I'm so popular. It's Laugh-A-Lot Bear. A whole thing of Laugh-A-Lot Bear. No, the reason Laugh-A-Lot Bear was there was because no one picked Laugh-A-Lot Bear. All the other Care Bears were picked, and that's why there was a bin of Laugh-A-Lot Bear. Damn it.
I was Champ Bear. Was Champ Bear there?
Yeah, no, because Champ Bear
was picked. But when we did that one, there was like six or eight
Yeah, we
Care
did it-
Bears
yeah.
in the same room.
You know what? We did that together.
Yeah, and it was hell because there's like, what was it? It was either 6 or 8 women that are all doing like
Yeah.
little boy or little girl voices, and you got so confused. You'd be
Yeah,
like
we were
waiting
all
for your line to come up going, I don't even know what I sound like anymore.
I know. That is
You're hearing all
tricky.
these little cute voices, and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know what my voice is supposed to
Yeah.
sound like. And I would just start, I was panicking.
Mine was easy. I just giggled. I was giggling every time. That's
was
what,
rough.
and that's why she never came back.
That was just tough. Yeah,
That was good.
that was tough.
Any other questions?
Okay, this is back to Care Bears, sorry, taking that back. Did a lot of you guys do voice for the same? Because I think Luther was also champ.
She was champ in the original series. We're talking about the movies right now. We're way too young for the originals.
Yeah. Oh my God. We'd say that to her face. It's totally joking.
Just
I
kidding,
know.
just
You
kidding.
see what
Yeah,
we
she's
just
not
did?
here.
That
She can't
she's not even
defend
here.
herself.
She can't defend herself.
Don't tell
no.
her. Don't
she
tell her,
would
please.
though.
She'll
She'd
hit
take
us.
us both out.
She'll hit us.
Susan could take us out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
big
no, is
spider
it? But the shows overlap. And that's it. You know, I'm sure that I would. No, I wouldn't know anybody in Inspector Gadget because that was done here in the States. So
It was done here, wasn't it? I mean, in Canada.
The original? Did not know that.
I think it was.
I don't.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm sure it was actually, because it was Don Adams, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's Canadian. What other questions do we have for Katie Griffin? Yes?
See what she just did there?
Yes?
Well, considering you guys never worked with each other in Sailor Moon, you know, being the characters, when did you actually first meet each other?
Oh, God. I'm sure we met each other at auditions and stuff.
Or maybe even at during Sailor. No, it must
Maybe
have been before
Sailor
then.
Moon. I think I met you before then, I'm sure.
Yeah, you did. You did. Because I remember, we would literally cross each other in the halls. She'd go, Valentine, you make me
Valentine, yeah,
laugh.
we call
you
each
make
other-
me laugh, Valentine.
You're
I'd be like, what did I
hilarious,
do?
Valentine.
What did I do? What did I do? And then
Yeah,
I'd go
what
in
was-
going, what
Why am
episode
I
did
so
she do?
hilarious to Katie Griffin? But we used to work at a place called Pirate all the time, too. We'd do, a
Yeah.
lot of commercial stuff. We were
Yeah.
funny. We were good.
Yeah.
Yes?
So you guys don't do table reads, like, for movies?
They do for some cartoon. With Sailor Moon, no. We didn't even know what was happening. They didn't even have scripts for us. You got scripts. You were Sailor
No,
Moon.
I got scripts just so that I could see some of the storyline ahead of time, just
Right.
some of it, just so that I could sort of get a hint of how it went. But we didn't get scripts, so we'd go in there and it would be cold reads, and it would just be like, there, go, read, now.
And there's no, and the reality is they don't have the money to do that anymore. So basically, maybe for the pilot, and even then, very rarely do you do a table read for any kind of animation. You might do the first episode with everybody in the room.
I hate doing table reads, actually.
I hate table reads. Table reads are terrible because I don't like.
So a table read is when you just go into a room and the director's usually there,
good.
like all the big brass are there, and you're literally sitting around a table like we are right now, reading the script. And it sucks because, first of all, you don't have a microphone, you don't have headphones on. If I can't hear my spit in my ears, then I'm going, I don't know what I sound like anymore. And I gotta be standing up, like you've really gotta move. When you're doing voiceovers, you've really gotta use your whole body. And if you're just
Yeah.
sitting there behind things, reading your lines,
If you don't leave the booth sweating, you didn't do a good job.
no, you suck.
Yeah, that's how we felt. But yeah, it's the same. And then table reading for me, I don't know if it's the same for you. Because it's that situation and everybody's sitting across from each other and it's very ridiculous. I'm not even reading what's happening. I'm not listening to anybody else. I'm like, oh my God, I'm coming up. Oh my God.
Where's my line?
4 pages.
That's
4
exactly
pages.
what I do too.
Right?
Yep.
Table reads suck.
Suck.
Why do these studios don't get those scripts in advance? Why don't they have the money?
Well, for real animation, like the dubbing was different because it was all Fast and Furious. Sometimes when we would be in the booth and it would be FedExed over at the same time because there was a lot of chaos with Sailor Moon. For real, so I have a job on Monday for a show called Wish and Poof. There's some more little promoting, and I play the mom on Wish and Poof. So if anyone has small children, it's a very cute little series. But I do get the scripts ahead of time for that, and I get lots of time for that. But I'm the mom. It's not really that hard.
Also, when we did Sailor Moon, we wouldn't just do one episode. We'd be working on like maybe, I don't know, it depends on how many lines you had in that episode. So you might be doing 8 episodes within 4 hours.
Yeah.
And they would literally be throwing up there, okay, put it on to 2.57. And you'd read whatever line was there, and then they go, okay, we're gonna go into this episode and 2.72, and you wouldn't even know what was happening in the
No.
scene. You just, all of a sudden it would just fly up and you'd be like, oh, Darian, what are you, I don't know if I'm in love with you right now. What is happening right now? Can I do that one again? I didn't get that one. Yeah. So it was very weird. I had more lines generally, so I could sort of follow the story a little bit better, but there were some episodes that I was just going, I have no idea what is happening right now. You
Yeah.
want to scream? Ah! Good? Yeah? Longer? Ah!
Yeah,
It was
it's true.
weird.
Any other questions? What time are we at? What? It's 15 more minutes. See, imagine if I was just here by myself.
Like I will be tomorrow until you come and visit
I'll come
me.
and visit. I'll come and visit. That's what we'll do.
Yes.
We'll do that.
Yes.
Did they even know that you were leaving to come and do this? Did you just say to anybody, I'm going up. I'm going to go rescue
It's
her.
like, I'm just going to go check in on Katie if it's okay with you.
Thank you. She's got my back.
Yeah. You're going to buy me a drink.
She's the
tonight,
only
please?
one. I am. I totally. You know I am because I have that little. We like our pink wine. What?
What
Any
other
other
questions? You got-
questions? Yes. So, back in the day, I would have 1,000% dressed as Sailor Mars. I am a very big fan of science. We didn't have cosplay when I was 20. I would have gone to every single one of these things. I logged 87 hours on Final Fantasy before I met my husband. I was like, yeah, I did. She knows. I have done R.A. Salvatore. Does anybody an R.A. Salvatore fan in here? Thank you. Anyway, I'm a Dungeons and Dragons fan. Like this is me. This is who so I would have absolutely. And if I hadn't played Raye, I still would have dressed up as Sailor Mars. No
she's
offense.
bitchy.
No, because she's strong. She's totally strong and
Right,
loyal and
that.
smart, and her eye is on the prize at all times. And
Yeah, Darian.
whatever. Her it was.
And I got
She should have had Chad. Stupid Chad.
So she never ended up with Chad.
No.
That's stupid. Maybe she did in the 5th season.
We don't know. We'll never know. Chad ran off into the movie. Do you know? No. You have a question, though. No, you don't. You're just look really pretty. Sailor Mars. Any other questions? Look at people are done with us. Yes?
So, if you wouldn't have played your respective characters on the show, which other character would you have liked to have done? Like maybe a bad guy or a different Sailor Scout?
Bad guys are always fun. They would never let us be bad guys. I think because they just didn't want to
I begged to be a bad
do your
guy.
cyber chase or not cyber. Is it
Cyber chase. Wicked?
Yeah, Wicked. Do Wicked.
Well, hacker, look at you. Better still, look at me.
She's the best. The best. So you should have been like
I love being the villain is like the greatest thing on the planet because the villains just think they are so great. They think they are the greatest and they will never lose and they triumph over everything and then everything comes crashing down and they can't believe it. They're like, and so you get every episode, you get to fall from grace and you just land flat on your face. And usually you don't die and you resurrect yourself the next episode.
It's true. And it's so much fun. You have so much freedom as a bad guy.
Yeah, I would've played
remember
a villain.
Nina Harper on Braceface was the best because she was so horrible and just bad, but nobody's ever that horrible. So it's just fun to play bad guys. So I think, I think for me, for Sailor Moon, if I had to play anybody else, sometimes I throw out Jupiter. 'Cause
I know,
Jupiter's
me too.
tough. We always throw out Jupiter, I know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Jupiter the tomboy thing, I really like that.
Yeah. But Susan nailed it. Susan is Jupiter. So it's, there's no competition.
Yeah.
So, yes. From the show? I'll do her little, her fun. I love that. Wait. Oh, that's funny. I'll see. I don't know if my voice will cooperate, but I'll do my best. All right, are we ready? Yeah. Look at everybody's got their phone. I feel so popular right now. Mars Fire Ignite! Woo! Tomorrow that will not happen. It'll sound like someone's had Jack Daniels, even though I don't. Mars Fire Ignite. And look at that. Someone's already responded to how awesome that was. Are you going to do a little?
Oh, am I doing?
Yeah, I feel like you should.
It's not my panel. It's not my panel, but I'll do it. You don't think I won't do it? I'll do it.
Go.
Moon Cosmic Power!
Yeah! Thanks.
I'm not a meatball.
All right, we've got 10 minutes, but if nobody wants to say anything, we can. Yes.
You know why they changed tuxedo mask?
I do know. I know what kind of happened with. Actually, I do know, but Toby would tell you more. But Reno, the original tuxedo mask, went off to Los Angeles, and they just didn't have the budget to. And I think that's what happened with Toby too, because Toby got offered a series. He was in. Police Academy, live action, so that was awesome. He was Tackleberry. See, thank God you're here. But yeah, so when Reno left, then Toby came in, and then Toby had to go, and then Vince came in because it was just logistics. Nobody ever left the series because they weren't. Well, there may have been a few conflicts, but I won't go there. But yeah,
There's a lot of conflicts.
A couple conflicts, but mostly when people left, it's because the other thing is Sailor Moon didn't pay a whole lot of money. So when other shows would come up, it was really tough to turn down that kind of money. Even though we love Sailor Moon, it was dubbing rates, they're called. So even though we worked harder, we got paid less. Funny that, weird. Any other questions? Well, I think I'm gonna, oh yes?
This is for Totally Spies. Like, for Alex, you really sound a lot like her. Like, it's just a comment that you're just like, boom, all we have to do is just draw the face, and then boom, it's just Alex.
Really?
Like, you have her voice personality coming out right.
Thank you. It's really, because Alex talked up here all the time, so she had a really high voice. Oh, so, I almost said Serena, but it's true. Like it's a really hard voice for me to do because I have to really warm up my voice. And I know, and by tomorrow, I won't sound, it'll be very, very hard for me to get to that place. So, but Alex was so fun. I miss Alex. Alex was an easy part to play because she's just so lovely to animals. And
Oh, that's one of the hardest things actually about being a voice actor and actor is when the series is done. Because you never know that it's coming to an end. And so you're just voicing away and you're loving this and you put your heart into it and you love the characters so much. And the more seasons you do, the more a part of you they become. And then all of a sudden one day you're like, so am I going in next week? And they're like, I don't know actually.
Yeah, that's what our agents always say. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's weird.
And then somehow you hear through the grapevine, oh no, it's done. And you're like, oh, I never even got to do like that final.
And for Alex, for Totally Spies, so I actually had, oh God, you're so bored with this story, I know it. But I had vocal nodules, which are basically calluses on your vocal cords because I always do these silly voices, the higher voices. And you're not using your diaphragm because it has to come out of your throat, and it's terrible for you. It's terrible for you to talk at the top of your register all the time in that voice. So I developed calluses on my vocal cords, and there was a huge hiatus. I don't know if you remembered, but between season 5 and season 6, there was a huge hiatus, and we thought, it's done. We did a movie, and that's fine because I can't talk beyond this. I used to do a bunch of stuff for Tim Hortons. I don't know, do you have Tim Hortons here? Whatever. In Canada, it was a kind of a big deal, but so I would do a lot of spots for it, like, only at Tim Hortons. And then if you go in as a voice actor and you say, only for $1.99, and you go up on it as opposed to only for $1.99, I couldn't go up on anything. I know that sounds crazy, but I used to go home and cry that I couldn't go up on $1.99. And it was just, so I got the call at Christmas time from the executive producer that we were doing season 6 of Totally Spies. And I love Alex. I love everything to do with Totally Spies. And he said, good news, we're doing another season. I went, that's great, because I only had a low voice. Great. I went, no, that's so good. I'm really happy. That's great. I got off the phone. I was at my parents' place, and I ran upstairs, and I was bawling. I was just bawling. I was like, they're going to recast because I can't do it. And then I did it.
Yeah, she did it.
So it all came back. So yeah, see how I rambled there? That took like 25 minutes.
That's the thing about Katie. She's paranoid all the time.
I am
like
paranoid.
She's like, I talk too much just now.
I'm
gonna lose my voice. I'm gonna lose my voice.
Yeah, did I really say that? What did I sound like? That's what I say to her. 5 minutes. Look, I got the 5-minute warning. We kind of got through this. I thought I was going to be here for 4 minutes. Yes.
Speaking of Totally Spies, I remember there was an episode where Alex got really buff. So what was like trying to voice her in that stage, trying to go for a deeper voice?
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, I do remember this, but I actually think they affected our voice. I think they affected my voice, but I mean, I can talk really low if I want to. Like, it's not really that big of a stretch. My natural voice, I've been hyper all day, so it seems a lot higher when I'm talking. But if I'm at home with my kids, I'm talking like this. Guys, no. It's all no. It's no all the time because I've got a 3-year-old. Mommy, no. So it wasn't really I could do that. I have a feeling that episode, though, because Jet, my eldest son, is watching it now, and we just watched that. I think it was affected. I think they affected it.
Okay, favorite Katie Griffin moment right now was when we had done one of our first cons. It was huge. We were not mentally prepared for how many fans would be there.
I don't even know what
and we were overwhelmed. And the entire time we were like, hi, yeah, smile. And then on the way home, the very last day, we're in the car, and I'm driving, and Katie says, okay, I can put on my home face now. And I said, what's your home face? And she goes, it's this. And she just goes.
It It's true.
And all weekend, all I'd seen is, like, I'm the nicest person in the world. I'm Katie Griffin, the nicest person. Then it was just like, boom.
What? That's my home face before I have a coffee, and my boys know that. So they know the coffee face. They know in the morning, no. Mommy, no. Mommy hasn't had her coffee yet. No, I don't. It's not quite like that.
My kids just poke me with a stick now in the morning. They know
That's
not
hilarious.
to get too close. Mommy?
I know. Well, Wyatt will say that to me. He'll look up and he'll say, Jet, and he's 3. He's like super small, and he'll say, Jet, Mommy's a bear right now. And I'll say, no, I'm not.
Mine say something that starts with a B.
Hers are teenagers, though.
Mine are teenagers. All of them are
Except
teenagers.
Shay. Shay would never say that. Shay's her middle child that's going to marry one of my boys.
No, she doesn't say the word, but she says she's the B word right now.
I feel like Shay would never say that. I just feel like she wouldn't. I'm sorry. I've got to defend her. Defending Shay.
I'm calling her out.
Shay Bear Cocoa Butter. Well, I think that's it, unless we have one more question. Yes?
This isn't really particularly for you because in the redub, your character's name is like the same thing. I was wondering how do you feel about her name being changed from Serena to Kasaki?
Huh. Good question.
Interesting. I don't. You know what? I hadn't even really given it much thought. I suppose I don't know actually, because I mean that's what it is in Japan, right? So they're trying to go back to how it was in Japan. So I go, okay. I think it's kind of hilarious that they call her Dumpling Head. I'm going.
That's funny. It should
Really?
be Meatball Head.
Yeah.
Why don't you
So
tell them the
that
story
I go,
about meatballs? Why don't you tell them about the Meatball Head story? That's a funny story.
See, it's not my panel right now. That's for
Whatever,
tomorrow.
but I feel like, okay, you're right. We'll save it. Now you guys all have to come to her panel, which
you
is,
do.
by the
I'm
way,
gonna give
what
her my meatball
time?
head.
Tomorrow. Thank you. We've got Superman over there helping us out.
Yes, it is at that time. I think it's like 4:30 or something like that. 4:30.
He's looking at, while he looks it up, I just want to say thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing, and we appreciate Sailor Moon fans beyond anything. We don't know as voice actors. We don't know. We never see the fans. We don't know the success of all these shows. We know it's successful if we get a season 2 or a season 3, but that's all we know. And since we've been doing this for a couple years, I have to say, we are overwhelmed by how the support of the Sailor Moon fans, I'm sure that fans for other things are supportive, but I really feel like Sailor Moon fans are just genuinely sweet, nice, awesome people, and so supportive, and just coming out and come by and say hi to us. We're downstairs in there.
And it's funny because I always say too, like people it's like, you don't understand, you were my childhood and everything like this. And our friends say, isn't it kind of weird going to those things? Like, aren't the fans kind of weird? And it's like, no, because we've known each other since you guys were young. We've known each other. We just haven't met in person. So it's so nice coming to these things, like we finally get to meet you guys, but you guys have always been there for us, just like we were there for you, I guess, in the show. So it's like this great relationship we have going there.
And you guys have been so nice, and I appreciate we have more than 4 people in a panel. I mean, we have had panels that are like insane, but I think because Malta, we only had a few. It was,
All right, one more time, let's give it up to Katie Griffin.
Woo! And
Linda Valentine.
Linda
By the way, she's going to be in this very ballroom tomorrow at 4:30 right here, 4:30.
4:30 tomorrow.
Right
Come here. She's funny. I might come. We'll see.